What's going on, guys? Coach Hayden here, coming to you live from Steel. Sorry if I sound a little bit out of breath, but I just got done through my training session. But today, we're going to be talking about some easy strategies that you can implement into your fat loss goals. So, a lot of the times, when we talk about fat loss or anything related to fitness, it can get really complicated and really hard to understand really quickly. So today, we're going to take a detour away from most of the technical aspects of diet and go more into the lifestyle changes that you can make. Simple things that are approachable and are definitely going to produce results for you. So first is 1 plate per meal. So I want you to imagine that you're at a church potluck, and for a lot of viewers, you have an experience with this, and you'll sit down after getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You sit down with your plate of food, you eat it down, you're eating with all your church members, your friends, and then afterwards, you look over at that long table with all the steaming food, and it looks pretty good. Other people are going back for seconds. You decide to get some. This is not inherently a problem, but for fat loss, it can make it pretty difficult to keep track of your progress and what exactly you're taking into your body as far as calories go. So, one rule that you can adhere to is 1 plate per meal. Now, there are some qualifiers to what this meal will contain, such as a protein of some kind. That could be beef, chicken, fish, whatever your preference is. Some kind of carbohydrate, it could be rice, it could be potatoes, anything of that sort, and some sort of fruit or vegetable on the side. That's a pretty balanced meal, and then once you're finished with that plate, you're done. What you'll find is that after you implement this habit over a long period of time, you'll notice that you're not as hungry as you used to be. And there are a couple reasons for that, but one of them is our second reason here, which is you want to cut out the ands of your diet. What do I mean by that? Well, think about the course of a day. Let's say for breakfast, I have a bowl of oatmeal, some eggs, and a donut that I eat in the break room when I get to work. Or for lunch, I have a grilled chicken sandwich, I have a salad, and that bag of chips that was stuffed in my backpack somewhere. You get the idea. All those extras that are usually mindless, and that's what we're talking about here, mindless snacking. Calories that go unaccounted for because you don't even think about it. Even the same thing with going for seconds. It's just some sort of knee-jerk reaction that we can behaviorally display without mindfully thinking, oh wait, I need to go get seconds, or I need to make sure that I eat these snacks. It's usually something that happens as a byproduct of our habits. So, one easy way that we can make a decision towards reaching our fat loss goals is to cut out all this extra fluff. And then that way, once all of those snacking habits, mindless snacking habits, are down to a minimum, then the meals that we eat can be a little bit larger, but now they're larger in terms of the amount of protein, maybe carbohydrates, and the other things that we're eating. And these type of foods tend to be more what is called satiating, keeps you fuller for longer. Now, as far as mindless snacking goes, the things that usually fit into this category are those highly palatable foods. Those are the foods that have lots of salt, lots of fat, and lots of sugar. You know, the things that make food taste really good. Now, just like with going back for seconds, having a snack every once in a while isn't necessarily a bad thing. But if you're confused about why you're not continuing to lose weight or why your fat loss goals have come to a halt, this could be your culprit. So it's good to keep in mind that so many calories can come from mindless snacking. A bag of chips, you go to Chick-fil-A, you pick up some nuggets or a milkshake or things like that. Things that you may not consider as part of your meals during the day, but can easily add up calories. Slashing these or taking these down significantly could easily account for your calorie deficit that you need to be in order to achieve fat loss, which is what you're trying to do if that's your goal. Lastly, is to cut back on liquid calories. One thing that you may have noticed just with all three of these strategies is that it's all about those mindless calories that you don't even think about. With seconds, it's, oh, I get another plate, and you don't even realize that you just took in another 800 calories without even thinking about it. If you cut out the ands, those mindless snacks, those chips, the ice cream, all those things that you eat during the day can easily add hundreds of calories that take away your calorie deficit right away. With this, coming back on liquid calories, we're mainly talking sodas. This is the number one culprit for those who drink their calories. There are other things like milk, beer, other drinks that have calories or sugar in them, but sodas is usually the problem for lots of people. And if you've ever been to a fast food restaurant before, when you order your entree, maybe a side with your french fries, and then you get a medium soda, and they give you that little cup, You go and fill it up at the soda fountain, and then you drink your cup, and then pretty soon, just like going back for seconds, you go and get a refill. Let's say you get 2-3 refills. That's easily 400 or 500 calories just in what you're drinking, not even including your food. So this so easily adds up and can put you well over not even just your maintenance level, but your deficit as well that you need to maintain to achieve fat loss. So with these 3 tips, a lot of background information about the specifics of proteins, carbohydrates, fiber sources, the calories that go into everything. That's kind of the backdrop of these tips, but these are very approachable. Everyone can think about eating 1 plate per meal. Everyone can cut out or minimize the ands in their diet, those extras that are usually mindless, and you can cut back on liquid calories. You can drink water instead. You can drink diet sodas if that's something that you enjoy and won't make you want more soda and more sweet things, or things like sparkling water, where you still get that bubbly feeling when you take in that soda without all the extra calories from the sugar. So these are 3 plays that you can put in your playbook that will help you eventually win the game of fat loss. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.